Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another session of the Constant Gardener. I think we're on episode 9 now, episode 10. Initial apologies for the distinct lack of content creation over the festive period. To be totally honest with you guys, it's there's not really been much to record. I've been working steadily all the way through on my commercial job, other little bits and pieces, but nothing of any great interest or anything that I thought would be of interest to you. So yeah, my apologies there. And also I've been massively hectic with, as you know, all the situation that's going on in this place. I hope you've all had a lovely festive period, like I said. Christmas, New Year. Yeah, spent some quality time with family and friends, and you know, just a generally good relaxing time. As you can see, a very, very cold winter's day in Yorkshire. We are now actually on Saturday the 11th, is it? So we're exactly a week on from when this snow actually fell. Don't know if you can hear, it's just starting to melt. Might have seen it in the intro. I might have put up a few pictures of the snow. We got it really, really bad. We are on the edge of the Pennines, so yeah, it's been I think up to sort of 35-40 centimetres in some areas. The roads here have been the last week, you know, commuting to work have just been a nightmare. There's nowhere to park. All the car parks just completely covered in snow, tons and tons of it. You couldn't manually clear it. We are actually waiting for a friend of mine, tree surgeon friend, who's got a little bobcat digger. He's going to come up today and clear that for me, so that's another job off the list. There wasn't a lot of point in doing it before until it starts thawing, so yeah, he's going to get that done today. I will put up a video. It's just going to be a talking head really today. Like I said, it's Happy New Year. I have been on a bit of a spending spree. Whether that's the correct way forward with the uncertainty of my employment here, I don't know. Like I said, I think I've said in the last video, I've had a stay of execution with my employment as it stands. Nothing has progressed. It's not just me, like I said, there's over 100 staff here and they're all just in limbo. I think it's an absolutely disgusting situation really, but shame on them, both the selling and the buying company, but that's another story, that's not for here. I have taken the decision to leave this job. Whether I did get a job going forward with the new company or not is a bit of irrelevance. I'm not prepared to just to be left dangling really, and I need to decide whether I'm going to go full tilt into the gardening maintenance, or indeed just find another job. I've put some adverts out for more gardening work, and that's ticking over nicely. Whether it can support me and my family financially at this moment in time is another thing. And with the way the economy seems to be going, and the government, you know, reneging on virtually all their promises, and stagnant growth, high inflation, whatever, interest rates set to go up again, it's probably not the best time to jack something in on a whim. So yeah, I might just get another job, maybe 3 or 4 days a week, so I can still do the garden maintenance when that kicks back in. I'll put up some little snowy scenes for you, just to have a look at that, just to break this up a bit, and then we'll get on to the bit you're probably all interested in, the spending money on new tools. So a bit more snow for you to look at, like you wanted to look at more snow. I think everyone's sick to death of it now. It's always great, isn't it? The first day, oh, snow day, we'll have a day off work, and then you realise the implications of how damaging snow is. I know where we live at the bottom of a lane, right at the bottom of a cul-de-sac, and to get up onto the main road is a bit of a chore, and the gritters don't come down, and it's, you know, like I said, a week on, it's still sheet ice, so yeah, it's not great for your day-to-day activities. So cutting to the chase with regard to tools, I said in the previous videos that I was looking to upgrade tools. As you know, I started off with the basics. Nothing wrong with anything I've got at all. The mower, yes, the mower isn't going to be something I can sustain. I don't think always going to be able to sustain the work that I give it. It's a domestic mower. Let's not beat about the bush. It struggles. It's, you know, done more work in the last 2 or 3 months than it's done in its last sort of 4 years. So it's not going to last. That is something that I am very, very keen on replacing, but haven't really made the decision yet. So with the money that the company made, it did a lot better than I thought, I never had any doubt that it would do well, but it's probably taken more money in a shorter space of time. Again, this isn't for you full-timers out there. I'm just talking on a part-time basis. So please don't think, well, you might be able to just drop into it and make a lot of money. I don't think that is the idea behind being a garden maintenance person. I think it's more being self-employed and being your own boss rather than the remuneration you're going to receive. More of a lifestyle choice than a financial choice. But yeah, I have gained a fair bit of profit, and obviously not wanting to pay tax on it, it's going to be ploughed back into the business. So I have sort of dabbled with the battery stuff, and I find it a lot easier to use on the body at the end of the day, and it's the way things seem to be progressing. It's nicer than carrying around loads of smelly fuel and breathing in fumes all day, and the noise as well. So I was lent, I think there's the HSA 100 hedge trimmer, while my petrol hedge trimmer was being fixed, with an option to buy it. I never did buy it because I didn't need it. It was the end of the season, but I was very impressed with it. Since then, that petrol one has been mended, up and running, works like it's new. They've done a brilliant job, the guys down at the Still dealership. But when I've been speaking to them, that they said, look, what sort of gear are you after? I think they needed to sort of round off the year with some sales and bits and pieces, and they were looking to clear out stuff for the new season. I think Still have bought out a lot of new AP gear. They have, as I've said before, a lot of X-display stuff they've used in trade shows and stuff. Still brand new, it's not been used commercially, so still guaranteed everything's there. It's in a box and instructions, tools, etc. So I gave them a little wish list. So on there was the hedge trimmer. I wanted a long reach pruner because of the issue I've got with overhanging trees in my where I live, and it's just a constant source of annoyance, really, trying to reach these without getting or paying for a tree surgeon to come out and do it. I want to be able to do it myself. So yeah, long reach pruner, a blower, because my blower's great, but it's so noisy, it's ridiculous. Possibly something wrong with it, but it is really noisy. Drives me to distraction. And what else was I looking at? I was looking at like the hand pruners. They're not part of the AP range, I don't think. I'll put the picture up. So I did put that in there as well, and also a strimmer. I've got the nice FS40. Yeah, FS40 I think it is. It's the bent shaft. Very nice 2-stroke. does what it needs to do. But again, looking going forward, the money's there, so let's see what we can get. So anyway, the good guys down at Still gave me a ring just after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year. I think they'd gone back for a couple of days and said, look, we've got some bits and pieces, come down and bring your wallet. Think you'll be pleased. So in short, I'll put all these pictures up. I was going to do a sort of a haul, or whatever the cool kids call it now, but obviously with all the snow and everything, it's you'll see it in future videos. So in short, looking down at my notes, I apologise. Still HTA 86 brushless telescopic pruner. This is massive. I think it's 2.2 metres out to 3 metres. Great bit of kit. 25 centimetre bar, I think. The retail prices on these I will give you. So that retails at $5.70. Prices I've got are just off Toolstation, Screwfix, whatever. So you can obviously get them cheaper from your local dealerships. FSA 120R brush cutter strimmer. It's not the cow horn type, it's the loop. Still HSA 100 hedge trimmer, aforementioned, and the Still BGA 86 blower. Again, all AP, battery. All of that little lot, retail, I think the blower was $290, the hedge trimmer was $330, strimmer $440-ish. So it all came to about 1,650 quid. Now I had put aside £2,500 for tools and equipment. So all that gear, including the hand pruner, £1,150, which I thought was really good. I think it's about 30% off recommended retail. And they would chuck in one battery, which I thought was brilliant. So yeah, I took the plunge, bought the whole lot. Happy days. But obviously then I've had to go and buy a couple of batteries. I think the batteries are about 300 quid a pop. The AP300 batteries, AP300RS, whatever it is, £320. But I managed to get 2 batteries at £120 from the second hand, from Cash Converters. I've taken them into the Still place and they've checked them over, and they're the new type, and they're fully good to go. So I've got 3 batteries, so that's a big step in the right direction going forward. So I'm well pleased, as we all are when we get new tools. I just want the snow to clear now so I can play around with them. I will keep my old petrol blower, my old strimmer, and the petrol hedge trimmer as backup. But yeah, all good as moving in the right direction for the new year, and for the company building. Really, you've got to invest in your tools. You've got to invest in your company. It's not just about earning money and taking money out. Mower, like I said, I've asked the lads to keep an eye out. They do get them in from time to time, but they said the Still ones seem to be so good. They don't get a lot back. They have had a few X demos, but they do all go quickly, so I think they're quite sort of sought after. Not sure about going battery on the mower yet. I think I will stick with petrol. But in short, I've still got a £1,000 to play with, so I could go the whole hog and get something really good. Like I said, the wee bang that I've been using on the commercial job, I love it. I think it's brilliant. Bit heavy, back heavy. I don't think it's balanced particularly well. When the grass bag is full and you engage, it's obviously self-propelled, and you engage that and it pulls forward, it always lifts up. Even when it's sort of half empty, maybe the balance isn't quite there and it is heavy, but you can work around that. That's not too much of a big issue. It's not a deal breaker for me. Performance wise, it's brilliant, really good. So I have the money there. Probably the biggest purchase and the biggest thing I'm going to concentrate on going forward is definitely a van. I love the idea of having the trolley. It's great. It's had so much positive feedback in the village I do the work in. But obviously, as your business grows, the area in which you work grows as well. So I'm getting phone calls from further afield, and pulling that fully loaded, further than a mile there and a mile back, I'm not prepared to do it. As a local round, it's great, but yeah, I think a van is definitely going to be the way forward. So any comments, guys? I don't want something big. I'm not going as big as a transit. I'll be going for something smaller, like maybe a Transit Connect, sort of Berlingo partner size, something like that. Maybe long wheelbase, maybe not. I look at what I can get in my trolley. I can duplicate that into a van. I've got loads of space, so I'm not too concerned. How I pay for that, I'm not going to use my savings. My savings are for the household and the family. We've got a few big sort of things coming up. We've got a wedding abroad this year. Why people can't get married in this country, I don't know. It saves us a lot of money. I'm not tight, but yeah, I was hoping for a year free of holidays abroad, but there you go. Best laid plans. I have asked here, going back to this dreadful place, this dreadful situation that we're in here, I've put my hand up for redundancy. Yes, I've said before, only statutory redundancy, but it would be a nice amount to pay for a van. Whether they agree to that or not is, it's by the by. I'm not going to whore myself out for money if it's about me and my quality of life. I'm not going to chase the money. I will leave without it. But yeah, there's no harm in asking, is there? So yeah, give us your advice on vans. I know a lot of you are sort of petrol heads and you like your vans and you pimp them up and stuff. So yeah, as long as it's, for me, reliable, economical, good on insurance, and it's going to last long, but I'm going to chuck a bit of money at it. I don't want something that's going to break down every 5 minutes. So yeah, any advice, and again with the mower as well, gratefully received. Work going forward, like I said, let's just wait for the snow to melt. I've had lots of calls. I'm really surprised at the amount of work that has come in over the winter period. I don't know, I think I just got the impression, talking to people, watching your guys and girls' YouTube videos, that it pretty much dries up. But yeah, the phones kept ringing. Obviously in the snow as well. My regular customers have been ringing up. A lot of my customers are older, so their family members have been ringing me, can you go and clear the driveway and stuff, all day long. I don't want to be here, like I said. It's a shithole. It makes me sad. It really does. I'm not going to go into mental health and poor me, but yeah, I don't have a bounce in my step when I come here anymore. I was always told that, if you wake up when your alarm goes off and you want to go back to sleep, that's the time to start looking for a new job. That's very much how I'm feeling at the moment. So I know the time is right. And been very happy just to, shovel snow. Why not? It's something different, isn't it? But yeah, jobs going forward. I've had quite a few bits of interest from customers that are looking to replace their gardeners, the gardeners they're using at the moment. I've watched with interest. I think maybe SMG, Sam, Adam, is it Adam? I don't know. The Grey Gardener. With interest about how you can rotate, and it's very simple, isn't it? Customer satisfaction. Smile, be happy, be articulate, don't lie. If you're going to be there, be there. What you've put on the quote is the quote. Just be open, good lines of communication with the customer. Don't let the customer walk all over you. Everybody knows where they stand, and I think you can't go far wrong, really. So yeah, I've picked up a lot of work from people that have been let down. So that should be very positive going forward. I'm not going to ramble on much longer because my backside is freezing. I'm sat on snow, albeit on a tarp, not very insulated. And fingers crossed, when you see me next, the sun will be shining a little bit more, the snow will be gone, and we'll be back at it. Got some big plans for this year, with some we'll have some very, very good content. I did mention before West House, the family that want me to go back to do their to do their huge plot of land. We've been in talks, and I am going to go back on some sort of basis, and they are fully aboard me filming and documenting my progress there, which is great. It's a very, very historical house. You know, really, you know, in the old estate agents details, and they say mature shrubs, and it never is. It's just like a B&Q pot plant in the garden or something. Now these are mature gardens. These are almost like Victorian gardens, traditional walled garden for the kitchen garden area, and all the grounds around it, the woods, the ponds, lakes maybe, depending on your definition. When is a pond, and when is a lake, yeah, so it's going to be great footage for you guys to watch, and some, yeah, just very interesting stuff, just from the norm, from just going around to the usual semi and doing a mow, blow and go. I will be doing those. I'm not putting that side of the work down at all. You know, it's your bread and butter work, but it'll give you guys something nicer to look at than my ugly mug whinging on every time about here. I do apologise for it if it does sound like I'm banging on about it, but it's my my place to vent, if you like. Probably not the right place to vent, but yeah, I don't care if my present bosses see it. I don't care if my future bosses see it. Yeah, if you see it, you should be hanging your head in shame the way you treat your staff. This is not talking about me, this is everyone. You know, there's people in worse situations than me that work here that need to know if they've got a job, and they're basically not being told. So yeah, shame on you. Anyway, thank you very much. Like I said, a happy new year again to all of you, and I hope it is a good one for all of you, whatever you're doing, with whoever you're doing it with, and wish you all the best. And thank you very much for watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and fingers crossed we won't be waiting so long for another upload. If I do get time, I might do a little bit of a review on some of the tools, because I do plan to do these overhanging trees with this long reach pruner, so it's going to be a bit of a Heath Robinson effort, because they are so high up. I'm going to need to sort of make a platform to stand on, even with the better access with the long reach. It's still very, very high up. You can't do it off a ladder. You'd almost need a cherry picker in that. I don't really know how you do it unless you were a tree surgeon, you know, that actually goes up into trees with using rope access techniques. You know, have a look at the video yourself when I've shown the trees. Your advice is invaluable as always, so you know, if you want to put a comment down there, please let me know. If there's any tree surgeons in West Yorkshire that want to come around and have a look at it and give me a price, that might be the way forward. Then people will say, why have you gone and bought that pruner? Boys' toys. I can always sell it, can't I? Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again very, very soon. Take care.